Hey, I'm Brian from BMA Comics Con, and this is your weekly video where we take a look at the comics coming out every week. And today we're going to look at the comics coming out next Wednesday, May 29th. Being the 5th Wednesday of the month, it's a short week, filled with annuals. Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo are at it again. This time they give us Bruce Wayne, wakes up in Arkham Asylum, young, sane, and he never was Batman. As Leviathan enacts a plan to take down Superman, it's up to Lois, Jimmy, and the heroes of the DC Universe to rescue the Man of Steel. You can relive the now classic storylines like Mutant Massacre and The Fall of the Mutants, with appearances by Longshot, Cable, and the Marauders. Angel walks the line between two worlds, but now, when the trial of the most recent demonic uprising takes him to Sunnydale, he realizes that the redemption he seeks can only come with a price. When Joe, April, Mel, Molly, and Ripley reach the Garden Menageries and its Dryad Tender, they find that there is a deeper problem at the heart of the garden, and the Roanoke's are the only ones who can help them. This is a prequel comic to Stranger Things. You've seen the show, but this is your first glimpse at the strangeness that happened before the series began. Daredevil has disappeared from Hell's Kitchen, and in his absence, the real devils are just starting to come out and play. If you haven't been reading it, now is a good place to start. This issue reveals the secrets behind Dr. Manhattan and his connection to the DC Universe. The mystery behind the murders at Sanctuary is solved, but it's the aftermath. Now that secrets are exposed, the Trinity has to consider how to carry on. Should the tragedy cause them to redouble their efforts to help their hurting comrades, or will they need to close up shop? After years on the shelf, Batman returns to the Black Casebook. Throughout his career, Batman has compiled the most disturbing cases into one volume. It's every page filled with bizarre horror and crimes he never quite managed to solve. Now, a case from the past has reopened itself in the here and now, and Batman will find himself face to face again with one of the deadliest villains he fought in his earliest years, the Reaper. When Catwoman finds herself at the center of a dark plot full of violence and intrigue, she'll have to decide which side she's on, and who she can trust. Batgirl's new robot sidekick is ready to take Metropolis by storm, but is the big city ready for her? The storm of accidents, death, mistakes, confusion, and anger has led to this. Miles Craven has lost his grip, and Henry Bendix has lost his mind. Angie Spica's journey is ending, and so is life on Earth. So let's start off with the War of Realms tie-ins. From the Asgardian Bifrost, Daredevil watches Malekith and his forces lay waste to realms in War of the Realms, War Scrolls number 2. Then in the tie-in for Thor number 13, Allfather Odin sent his brother Kull, the Serpent, the god of fear, Thor's backstabbing uncle, into the depths of Malekith's home realm. Will Kull redeem himself at last, or has the Allfather made another critical mistake in this War of Realms? Next tie-in we get is from Spider-Man and the League of Realms, number 2. Spider-Man must Frodo up and lead a ragtag group. And, as Spidey's a terrible leader, could this team possibly achieve anything? And the last tie-in for the week is going to be Giant Man, number 2. 4 of the biggest men in the Marvel Universe are on a mission in Frost Giant territory. Kill the patriarch of all the Frost Giants himself, Ymir. Spidey faces an impossible situation that will push him as far as he's ever been pushed. Who lives and who dies when the hunters become the prey? This is the conclusion to the hunted event. T'Challa's lost past is revealed, because years ago the Black Panther departed Earth for the stars and discovered an empire bigger than he could have dreamed. Shadowbase has declared total war on Bruce Banner, and one by one, death is touching everyone he ever knew, except for one. The one monster who never dies, who returns again and again, to hate and destroy, but it's not the immortal Hulk. A group of aliens are sure that Miss Marvel is the chosen one they've been waiting for, but is she? Something seems fishy about these aliens, and to get to the bottom of it, Kamala will embark on her first big space adventure. you'll never guess who she's bringing along as backup. Which actually has me thinking, didn't Kamala go to space in the Champions? Hey, don't bring your war to Yancey Street. Daily Bugle rookie reporter Mary Jane investigates Mr. Negative's tragic City Hall bombing and uncovers something far worse in the making. But even armed with this knowledge, can she and Spider-Man act quickly enough to disarm the Devil's Breath bomb before it destroys the city? Doctor Strange and Superior Spider-Man have to team up to save Otto's new love from a horrific possession. As with everything with Audio Octavius, this isn't your typical team-up and will turn the whole heroes fight and then heroes team-up trope on its head. In this issue, we're going to get the origin of Thanos' Black Order, but we also learn whether or not Thanos made Gamora who she is, or was she always going to be the deadliest assassin in the galaxy. Morgan Le Fay is moving to New Jersey, and she's chosen the location for her castle, New Attilan. What truth lies behind the Harvest Company, and does it mean the end for Laura and Gabby? In the thrilling conclusion to this adaptation of Marvel's hit podcast, Logan finally confronts the serial killer terrorizing Burns, Alaska. But that's not the only danger he faces, as threats abound and conspiracies unravel around him. With a little help from Cable and Wolverine, can even the Major overcome the terrible threat of the infamous killer with the initials DP? North Star is the guiding light that keeps the traveler reassured that they're going in the right direction, but I don't know if he's that same guidance for Jean Paul. In celebration of Marvel's 80th anniversary, this Legends era sequel to legendary comic book Crimson Forever reunites Han, Luke, Leia, Chewbacca, C-3PO, and R2-D2. We all know Darth Vader as the Emperor's Iron Fist, but as any rebel can tell you, he's also a terror and a TIE fighter. What does it feel like in an X-Wing cockpit when you're nose to nose with the Emperor's deadliest pilot? Will you even live to tell the tale? The history of Spawn continues as Al Simmons' war with Heaven and Hell is brought to light. The last surviving members of the Anarchist League of Scientists are reunited, and every decision they make splinters out a trillion possible universes. Is this a new beginning, or the end of everything? Mila reunites her dad Andy with his old robot pal Bandit, but their heartwarming reunion doesn't last for long. It's forbidden to have robot tech, and soon they're on the run from a troll militia with a vampire commander. As battle lines are drawn in the criminal underworld of New York City, Old Hob takes his mission to the next level, and he'll have unexpected help from one of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The search for Deadwatch continues, and the infamous killer's trail leads Leo, Mikey, and robotic Donatello to Sheldon, Arkansas. Meanwhile, Ralph, back home in New York, makes a chilling discovery during his duel with the mob. Could it be Shredder's inner sanctum? Mad scientist Kinga Forrester, determined to become the queen of all media, nearly has the world of comics in her grasp. It's a heist, a hacker, a thief, and enemies at around every turn. What could possibly go wrong? A vengeful cult leader, a mob matriarch, and an insurance investigator on a quest finally have Chuck where they want her. But Chuck won't let her bad luck stop her, even if she has to seek out allies she turned her back on a long time ago. Amber Blake is a woman on a mission. She's going to destroy everyone who has hurt the people she loves. But not all is as it seems, and some of her allies have agendas of their own. Marla Singer practices various methods of birth control as Tyler comes to the rescue, and the infection spreads. The story of Hum and Nag come to a close. All that exists, and all that ever will exist, rests on the confrontation between two men who are the same man, Peter Cannon versus Peter Cannon, for the future of the canon. Who wins? Who loses? Peter Cannon. As the last year of their original mission begins, the crew of the USS Enterprise will have to use all of the skills they've acquired along the way as they prepare to face one of the biggest challenges of their lives. A dark threat that doesn't just threaten their existence, but the existence of the entire Federation as well. Dick Tracy is Sisyphus pushing the law boulder up the hill as he struggles for reasons and order in a world with none. His attempts at law and order are met with crime and chaos in the form of unpredictable and absurd villains. Butch and Sundance, Barney and Clyde, Laurel and Hardy, history is littered with great double acts. But not everyone makes it. Fergie and Sid go their separate ways. While Sid heads off to look up old mates, Fergie finally meets his dad in London, calling to the Imitation Zone. There you have it, a look at the comics coming out next week. Make sure to subscribe so that you'll be notified of the video coming out, taking a look at the comics coming out the following week. Also, check out one of these amazing videos on the channel. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you spending your time with me. Hope you have a great rest of your day. As always, please let me know what comics you're looking forward to in the comments below. Thanks again for watching. Until next time, Brian out.